Okay, so I'm a new developer just brought onto a team, and I don't really know anything about the team. So only thing I've been given is a link to the team's Red Hat Developer Hub. And so I can see here that I do have an app that is starred. So that's the project that my team works on. So I click on that and I can see a little bit about my project. And you can see I have a bunch of stuff up here. So let's just look at a couple. So here's my topology, here's my app. So I can even click on that button there and you can actually see my app. So I can very quickly find the apps working on and access them. I can then click through and I can see there's some issues here. We'll come back to those. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that we could look at. Documentation, say, not a lot of good documentation. So I haven't been told much what to do, so I can always just look at issues and then look for good first issues. You can see I have one here, so let me just go ahead and click on that. And it is a document for new team members, add documentation to the project to ensure new team members have a delightful experience. Okay, well, let's see if we can do that. Let's click back here, come to overview, and you can see we have links to dev spaces. So let's go ahead and run this for VS Code. So you can see we have our code here and we can actually start doing our first commit. Something like open up developer catalog. EFI. Go ahead and save that. Now, normally, obviously, you do a pull request workflow or something like that, but just for the sake of expedience, we'll just commit directly to main. So docs commit. Go ahead and commit that up. And then if we are to look at CI here, you can see our pipeline runs. So these are running in our OpenShift cluster. And you can see there's a pipeline that's running right now. And this is going to build, push, and then it'll end up running in the dev environment of our OpenShift cluster. So that's kind of, okay, cool. We've already been a productive member of the team. And the only thing we knew was the link to the developer portal. So we can go back to issues. Obviously, we want to mark that as done. We can see there's another issue here. So let's see if we can kick that off. So image has too many vulnerabilities, fix vulnerabilities, image before a security incident happen. Cool. So if we come back to here, if we come to our image registry here, you can see here we have our image, and you can see we can actually see a security scan on the image in our repository right here, which is Quay. So we can actually click on that, get more details, etc. But why don't we go ahead and see if we can fix that too. So we'll pop back to our editor here. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can set up your apps to do like source to image and whatnot. But here this app just has kind of a fairly simple Docker file, which is how it builds the image. You can see right here we have a specific version of the OpenJDK. Now, ideally, I would go and find out what the correct version to use here, but just for the sake of this demo, we're going ahead and pick latest, which is Again, not something you would do in the real world, but for the sake of demo, I don't want to go looking for numbers. So here we can add image security. Go ahead and commit that, sync it up, push it up. So we can come back to here, we can go back to CI, and you can see our previous one succeeded, and now this one is running. And again, we can look at what the actual steps are here. So after build and push, we can probably look to see if it's been updated. Now, all we did was update docs, and you can actually see, if we click to the docs here, you can actually see our changes are already available in the docs here. Okay, you can see our pipeline has finished. So now we can pop back over to the image registry and see that it is now passing. Click through and we can see that there's no vulnerabilities. So again, brand new developer, didn't really know much, but already solving some good problems for the project. Now we want to get these changes through to production. So we can pop back to here. And we want to find our source code, so we can click on view source, get us into GitLab. So this is sort of going to GitOps our software. What we want to do is create a tag. We'll create a new tag, version 1.0.0, and we'll hit create tag. Now if we come back here and go to CI, we see there's now a new pipeline running, and this is our promotion to staging. We can see that's now finished. We can click across to our image registry, and we can see now we have that tagged image, and we can also look at our OpenShift cluster and look in pre-prod, and we can see we have our pod running right here. And then we can now create a release. And that's going to kick off our build tag and push to production. So again, we can see it all happening from the developer portal. We have a new pipeline running. Again, we're going to promote it up to production. And our pipeline has finished. We can now pop back over to our image registry, and we can see our production V1, and then we can also look in OpenShift in the prod, and you can see we have our Quarkus pod, and you can see it was just created a minute or so ago. So there you go. That is new developer workflow, not really knowing much about the project, just knowing where the developer portal is, being able to just go in and develop code, not even having to really understand that there's OpenShift in the background, and really having to care about the pipelines, the CI, CD, as in don't have to write the YAML and everything for it. It is all just there, ready for them, so they can be instantly productive.